Okay, this is the third video in getting rid of fibromyalgia. There's a couple of things that I noted that I didn't have on the last video, and the first one is the presence of mold. Most everybody knows what molds might look like. They can come in a lot of colors, but when you see something on a surface that gets moisture and you know that it shouldn't be there, it could be mold. The way to test is to get something on Amazon called agar plates, agar mold plates, AGAR, agar test mold plates, and you can lay them out in an area of the home, or you can take a Q-tip and wipe off something that you think might be mold and put it in there and cover it for 6 days. It gives you the instructions. But I live in the desert, so it's harder to recognize mold. Also, it can come in different forms. For instance, I live in this little RV here, and it's little. It's only like 8 foot by 22 feet. No tip outs. And I was experiencing these symptoms, just like bleeding nose. I have had a lung problem for 25 years since I got sick overseas and had hookworm. Or it's part of the Lyme that I haven't gotten rid of yet. But my lung is very sensitive on the right side, and it can bleed. And when I was in this situation here, which I'll tell you about, it became very dire that I get out. And I couldn't figure out where the mold was. I pulled the carpet up, and the wood floors that are under it, which are plywood, this was in 1993, had a few black spots. And so I tested those, and there wasn't much there. But in the kitchen there was a lot. And so we narrowed it down. One day my drains backed up completely. I only came in here to cook because I had to eat healthy. I came in here to use the bathroom, and then I would go back out. I lived outdoors otherwise. And the drains started gurgling, and I had no idea they were plugged, but were slow. But eventually, like in another week, they completely backed up. And the concern was that I didn't even know this was going on inside of my drains. So the fix-it man had to take 2 parts of the piping and cut it open, cleaned it out, put them back together, and then we bleached, plungered, and flushed it all out. And suddenly the air in my home became fresh again. So I moved back in. So mold doesn't have to be just mold, it can be decaying matter, which is very dangerous. Perhaps you have a 13-gallon white trash bag in a tall trash can in your home, and you don't have a garbage disposal, and you throw the banana peels and the dead bones and the peelings from your potatoes and your peppers and your food you didn't eat, and this starts to rot before you take it out. Maybe you take it out once a week. Well, that's enough to get the aromas of this, it's going to make a miasma in your home, and it creates every kind of disease, and it can give you fibromyalgia symptoms. Not probably by itself unless you're already in a very weakened condition. My experience is that I've had a very broken down immune system, and so I'm very sensitive to things, and I'm a great guinea pig for that reason. Also, I'm very sensitive to electricity, to electromagnetic forces, but I've been this way my whole life. Since I was a little child, I remember electricity. Being in a city was just really hard on my nervous system. But as I got older and I'd sit next to a heater, if I sit next to my little electrical fireplace heater, I get fibromyalgia pain, so I stay back from it. And I talked to you about the cell phone thing. You know, it is the hardest thing to accept. But just think, the more primitively we live, it's going to be naturally better for the human body, in every respect. The other thing is diet and lifestyle. Diet, I eat plant foods. Here's my almond milk. It's back there. I eat 100% plant foods, with the exception once in a while I eat eggs. And I'll tell you what eggs can do for you. It's amazing. Raw egg yolks. So if you do your easy over your eggs, or poach your egg and keep it very liquid in the middle, it kills mold spores in your body. I'm not kidding. It can remove certain kinds of toxins like that, and help your health. I used it when I came back in to live. I started eating the eggs to help clean my body up. I got other issues with the eggs, giving me spots on my eyes and things like that. I never have them, but I guess maybe that's an assumption, but got off the eggs now, and it is fading. So for what it's worth, you can decide. So I eat plant food based diet, whole plant foods, and another really cool thing is going to bed and actually sleeping before 9 o'clock. If your body is asleep at 9 p.m., your brain will make you something called cortisol. Natural cortisol is going to do two things for you, at least. Many, many more things that I don't know about. But two of the evidences are it's going to get rid of pain, because it's a natural pain reliever, and that thick fat around your belly that people get nowadays, that would be gone. If we went to bed every night 8:30, fell asleep before 9, I can prove I have nothing there. I am flat. And if I get off schedule, there's a chub that forms around my midriff. And I learned this in college. And another great thing is fresh air. For the fresh air entering the bloodstream, circulating into the blood, will give the muscles tone. It will give the body, it's like your whole body is breathing fresh air. So just think what that would do to relieve us of pain. So we don't have to change our lifestyle all at one day, because when you start a big fad, let's say, it might last a week and you drop it. But if we thoughtfully change one impression, if we have an impression to change one thing, follow it and see what happens, because once you see results, you're more likely to stay in your safety zone, and then you may move into another change, and then lo and behold. So I can eat nightshades, and I get fibromyalgia. If I don't eat nightshades, I get fibromyalgia. But if I use my Dead Sea minerals and eat my plant foods, I can eat all the plant foods I need to eat. But I can't eat fruit because of my lung and because of the mycoplasma pneumonia that's present from the Lyme. And that I've had so many antibiotics for Lyme in my life. I can't eat sugars and I can't eat fruit, and I have had a few lately because I feel like I should eat them now and then. I probably shouldn't though. So anyway, we have a wide range of things we can do, and it's great to have free will and make choices. I don't like the ideas of just popping things in my mouth and they tell you you're going to feel better, because that may work for some people, but it's not guaranteed to work for everyone. However, lifestyle is guaranteed to work for everyone. It may take time and patience, but it is always effective. So I hope you got something out of this video, and I hope you're inspired. This has helped me immensely, and I would be dead several times over if I didn't apply these things in my life. I'd be happy to tell you more. If anybody has any comments they want to make, if they want to know about recovery of Lyme disease, I've used bee venom therapy, and it totally worked. But also you have to get out of mold, and there's a few more things we can do. There's always hope. Always hope. No matter what you feel like, look up and ask and pray for help, and somehow it's going to come to you, because God cares about you. Thank you for watching this video. Simple solutions to getting rid of fibromyalgia.